Hey guys, this is Miss Mo. We are on number 22 of the test review, and it says find the sum, so that means add. Okay, well, when you have two negatives added together, you add it in your pretty little face. Okay, so let's add these in our face. 13 plus 15. Yeah, maybe our face can't do that. Either way, it makes 28. So we added it in our face to a 28. But then, because they're both negative, you keep the negative. So when we're talking about adding numbers, if you add two positives, it stays positive. If you add two negatives, you keep the negative. So it should be negative 28. Yay! Okay, let's look at 23. It says 5 plus a negative 11. Well, those are different symbols. On the last one we did, we had the same symbols. We had the same negative on both. On this sucker, it looks like that 5 is a pretend positive because he sure don't have a negative. Okay, so when they're different symbols, you minus it in your face. Okay, so what's 11 minus 5? And when I say minus it in your face, I mean the big number minus the little number. Yeah. Okay, so the big number, 11, minus the little number, 5, is 6. But then, because you have different signs, you keep the sign of the, I'm going to call it the fatter number. So let's see here. Out of 5 and 11, which one's the bigger, the fatter, the larger number? Not negative 11, just 5 and 11. Okay, 11's the bigger number. Okay, what's the sign of him? He's a negative. So my answer is negative 6. So when you have different symbols, you minus them in your head, big minus little. You ignore the negative sign. So we got a 6. But then, since they're different signs, you keep the sign of the fat one. And the fat one is at 11, because he's bigger than 5. Alright, let's try another one. Number 24. It says 15 plus, oh my goodness, a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, before we can add this 15 to anything, we need to do what's inside these brackets. This is called the P from the PEMDAS. Yeah, sometimes people call it GEMDAS for grouping symbols. Anyway, we need to do what's inside first. So, let's do what's inside first. It says 20 plus negative 18. Well, are those the same signs, so you add them in your face? Or are they different signs, so you subtract them in your face? Let's see. 24 is a positive. 18 has a minus on it. Those are different signs. So we're going to subtract them in our face. So let's see. If I minus this in my face, 24 minus 18 is 6. Okay. Now, they're different signs. So we're going to keep the sign of the fat guy. Who's the fat guy? The 24 or the 18? Don't look at the negative on the 18. Just look at the 24 or the 18. The 24 is bigger. What is the symbol on that 24? It's a plusative. So, all this stuff in the brackets turns out to be a plusative 6. So 24 plus a negative 18 is a plusative 6. Then, let's do the rest of it. So second, it says 15 plus sign, whatever we got from up in the brackets. And up in the brackets, we got a 6. Okay, so let's see here. 15 plus 6 is 21. Hey, B. Yes. Okay, let's look at number 25. It says find the difference. Well, we're adding and subtracting. So look at the symbols. Do we have the same symbols? Oh, they're both negative. So when you have the same symbols that are both the same thing, like both negative, both positive, you add it in your face. So let's add these in our face. Yay! To a 12. 1 plus 11 is 12. But since they're both negative, you keep the negative. So negative 12. Yay! Alright, let's look at number 26. I see a strange double negative kind of beside themselves. Anytime you have that happen, either with a parentheses in between, or maybe they're just right beside each other, anytime you have a double negative almost touching, then they turn into a plus sign. Yes. So this turns into negative 11 positive 7. Okay, let's think about this. They're different symbols. I see a minus on the 11 and a plus on the 7. Or I see a negative on the 11 and a positive on the 7. Either way, they're opposite. They're different symbols. So, you're not going to add them in your face. When they're different symbols, you minus them in your face. Big minus the little. And then you keep the sign of the fat guy. So let's see here. You're going to minus in your face. Here's your face. Pretty face, okay? Minus it. 11 minus 7. Big minus the little. And that makes 4. Okay? Okay. But then since they're different signs, you keep the sign of the fat number. And the fat number is the bigger number when you ignore the negatives and all the symbols. So if I ignore all this negative and plus all the symbols, which one is bigger, the 11 or the 7? And it's the 11 is bigger. And oh no, he is a negative on him. So my final answer is not just this 4 that I got from subtracting. It's negative 4. Because that negative came from the fatter number. Okay, number 27. It says find the difference. Well, hot dog, look at that double negative again. It becomes a positive. Huzzah! Okay. When it becomes a positive, those parentheses disappear, and we just have 1/8 plusative 1/2. And then it turns into something that we've been doing. You have to come up with the LCD or the LCM. The denominator of 8 has multiplication facts of 8, 16, 24, la 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 la. The multiplication facts of the other denominator, 2, are 2, 4, 6, 8. 8. 8 is going to be that LCD or LCM. So we need our denominator to get up to an 8. Well, this first denominator is good to go. The second denominator, we need to multiply by who? To get an 8. We need to multiply by 4. So let's do it. The first fraction was good to go, 1/8. The second fraction now changes. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. And now, how do we add fractions? Well, once the bottoms are the same, you keep that bottom the same. And you add those tabs. So let's see, if I add the tops, I get 5 over, keep that bottom the same, 8. Huzzah! B! Yeah, yeah, yeah.